Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. I really appreciate you taking our time to check out this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it, so thank you in advance. Now we're going to be talking about a Star Wars game because there are several Star Wars games on this list, and I figured what better way or time to start doing them than now. Now, we're not going to jump right into the peak of Star Wars games for me, which will be KOTOR. That's a little too heavy. We got to build up to that one. But we're going to be starting with the one that first introduced me to the Star Wars series as a whole. That's Super Star Wars for the Super Nintendo. Now with this game, as I said, this is my first, foray into Star Wars. Like, I knew Star Wars more as a pop culture reference for Luke, I'm your father, or lightsabers and the Force, but never actually watched any of the movies. So this was my introduction to it. And I think they did a really good job of, kind of giving you the best version of that for the Super Nintendo. The game starts off like a side scroller. You have you're playing Luke and you get to use your blaster. There are different blaster power-ups you can get. Combat is pretty decent. Your movement is where the game makes it kind of tough. Sometimes your jumps don't jump quite right, and you get caught on the short end. But other than that, I mean, it's a pretty good game. You also have different gameplay types. So not only are you doing the side scrolling stuff, right? Then you start getting into the speeders. You also get into the X-Wing. So you have all of these different versions of gameplay that you can do within this game. And some parts, they kind of have to make a little bit longer than what you saw in the movies, and some of the parts they have to condense it. But for me, when I played this game, I rented it. I'm like, all right, let me just see what's up with Star Wars. And I was, pleasantly surprised, which also made me want to play more Star Wars related games. Now, I never beat this game. I end up just watching the movie to see what happens because it's tough. It can get really tough with some of the platforming. Once you get the lightsaber, it's just, it's not an easy game, and I didn't own it, so wasn't gonna keep renting it. There were games much higher on my list, but from that point, I was always kind of open to Star Wars stuff, and end up watching a bunch of the movies and everything like that. But if you are looking for a good way to kind of, do some nostalgia runs, things like that with it, this is definitely a great way to do that. I think it's one of the better movie-based games. This and a few other ones like Indiana Jones, were kind of the exception. Obviously the Disney games are a totally different story. But for other, non-Disney movie-related IP games, then Star Wars definitely is up there for me. So if you've played this game, I'd like to know your thoughts on it. I always appreciate hearing you all. If you have memories of actually beating this game, I definitely want to hear that, because like I said, this is a very tough game. All three games for the SNES are pretty tough, between the platforming and just the general computer's ability to put you in a blender, as you can see from some of the footage, or just me missing platforms, because that's what I do. It can get really tough. So if you beat it, love to hear your thoughts on what you think on the difficulty scale. Where do you rank it? And if you've never played it, and just like any other game on this list, you should play all of them because I said play them, and you'll enjoy it. At least I think you will. As always, I appreciate y'all checking out this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have fun. Y'all be safe. Peace.